Hello and welcome back to LUKE-N-SHAE'S place. So glad you can stop by. Hope you're wearing your smile. I have a great video lined up for you guys, and if you haven't guessed it already, yes, we will be talking about what those cheaters are up to. What are the cheaters up to? And before we begin, go ahead, if you haven't already, click that like button and definitely click that like button. That's important. It puts us in the algorithm so that other viewers can come and find us, can find our platform and see what we'll be posting our videos. And also, why not comment, put a heart down in the comment section, or just give us some feedback and we'll reply. And share. Why not share? That also helps grow our platform. And don't forget to subscribe. It's 100% free. Click that notification bell so that you get notified when Luke and I will be posting. So again, what's up with the cheaters, right? What are they up to? And aren't they tired of getting caught? Like, when is it going to be a time when people actually stop wasting other people's time? Because it's annoying. It is. It gets old after a while, but I have a video where people are going to actually share their experiences. And you know something, we're seeing their videos. Some of it was right as they were catching their partner, their mate, cheat. I don't know who thinks to pull out their phone and just start recording, but if you wanted proof, a video will definitely show that proof. But, you know, with cheating, unfortunately, like I said, you know, it's a waste of time for someone, for people to get in a relationship. And a lot of times people will say, oh, you know, well, you don't know, somebody made a mistake and you got to give grace. And we're talking about even not just marriages, but even when you're dating, you're getting to know someone and they're seeing somebody else. That's the time where they're showing you exactly how they feel about you. I don't buy that whole thing where we're getting to know each other, but you're dealing with someone else. How can you fully get to know me when you're distracted with someone else? I've heard horror stories with people on dating sites that actually deal with that. And, you know, being a person who actually experienced dating sites myself, I definitely tried the dating site thing. And I did notice that sometimes you're getting to know someone, talking to someone, and they're saying, oh yeah, I'm still going on dates. And I get that. But when you find somebody that you feel like you're connecting with and you make it past that third date, I feel like at that point, you guys are starting to feel each other. You're into each other enough to where maybe the other distractions, we can kind of push them away. Because how can you fully get to know someone when we're out on Monday night and Tuesday night you're out with Shelly and you're making a connection with her? To me, I think it's backwards. It's backwards. It's different from the old school way where you actually, your eyes caught somebody walking, or you're in the park and, you know, the guy came up and talked to you, and it was different. It wasn't like you had all these distractions, like, oh wow, I just got, oh, somebody just swiped on my picture, oh, somebody just liked my, too many distractions to where you're not actually fully getting to know someone. But when you do, and you make that connection, and you guys decide to take it to the next level, why isn't it that a lot of people, and it's not male, female, why is it that people are acting like they're going to be exclusive in a relationship with a person, but then there's somebody else? There's someone else, or they're cheating, or it's at work, or, you know, we all know the story, right? We know how that works. And Well, people find themselves in a lot of trouble with that. Some of it is crazy. When you see some people get caught in it, they just look dumbfounded, like, I don't know how I got here, kind of thing. It's almost like they get caught, somebody storms in the door and they're standing there like, wow, I don't even know what's happening. I don't know. Like, they're oblivious to how they even got in that situation. Like, they didn't just drive there, go into that house, and, well, we know the story. We know that there's so many situations and different things, but when they're caught on video and people are sharing it and they're letting, basically opening our eyes to say, hey, watch out for this, or I was with this person for X amount of years and this happened. But I just don't feel like, when you're doing it at constant, giving grace for it, that's your choice. That's someone's choice if they're going to decide to stay with someone. But when people take advantage of that and they continue to keep cheating on a person, it's clear to me, it should be clear to everyone that that person's not who they want, because you're not going to continue to do that. That's not something you're going to, you have an accident, things happen in life, but to continue, And sometimes some people are one and done. That's all it takes. You step outside of my relationship, some people are just, okay, that's it. There's no other chances for that, because sometimes ground rules are set in the beginning of a relationship, and people have their breaking points where they're just not going to accept. There's certain things that they will not tolerate in a relationship. And when you reach that maximum capacity of just tolerance, where you're just like, I can't take that. And some people will sit you down and tell you from the gate, hey, there's going to be issues. I get it. We're in a relationship. We're not always going to agree, but we could come together and try to make it work. But when it comes to cheating, I can't accept that. There's people that can't accept that. And then I always hear guys that'll say, yeah, well, guys cheat, but it doesn't mean nothing. I'm not a man, so I can't tell you. But as a woman on the receiving end of that, I just, for me, to say he didn't have an option to say no, when he does have an option to say no, I feel like, even though it doesn't mean anything to the male, for me, it means, if it hurts me, then I don't think that you would do it. I think that you would choose me enough to say, you know what, I'm not trying to mess that up. I'm not trying to mess that up. But again, we have to just be aware that this is something that goes on out here. And what really upsets me is, and I don't know if it's only because men think to pull their phone out real quick and start recording, but it seems like the women, with different videos that I check out and watch, even with shows that I've seen, I always see a lot of women that are being caught. And I'm like, I don't know if the women, when they're catching a man, or they're catching their mate in that instance, if they're too busy, oh my God, going off in those moments, and they don't think to pull out the phone. But it seems like a lot of guys are the ones that pull out their phone and they're just recording the whole ordeal. So, but I'm interested to see what some of the people are going to show us, what they're going to say, if they have any words of advice for people who are in situations where they may have had a mate that cheated on them. But we're going to check it out. And listen, nothing new under the sun, been there, done that, but growth. You should have growth from that. And even in my younger years, yeah, somebody does it and you're like, man, how you're thinking about get backs. And sometimes you're just in that mindset of, oh my goodness, I need to hurt you like you hurt me. And two wrongs don't make a right. You know, some people will be like, oh, an eye for an eye. Oh, they hurt you. But what sense does it make to try to retaliate against someone? It's not really a get back if you're not telling them that you're cheating, right? It's like you feel good in the moment, like, okay, I just hooked up with that guy because he hooked up with that girl 2 months ago. And what is that doing, though? Like, what is that really doing? But just making you collect more bodies, right? Just more people that you're bonding with. That's not good. I think that's more detrimental to ourselves. But you know what? Accountability. I want to see if in the video, if anybody's taking accountability, are they making excuses? What is to come of some of these videos that people have captured of their mates, of their partner cheating? Let's dive into it. Let's take a look and see.
Can you please let me out my room, please?
This is fucking ridiculous.
Can you please let me out my room? Can you please let me out my room? Right now, she's blocking me in my room. Excuse me.
Bro, no. Can you please hear me out? Like, I'm
What you
literally
mean,
talking and you're being
no?
disrespectful.
What
Get
do
the
you
camera out
mean,
my
no?
face. You're doing the
What do
most
you
for
mean?
what?
I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to put your stuff in us so you can
finna be
leave.
with
I'm
another
like,
bitch is already set up when I wasn't
no,
cheating on you?
no, bro, I'm not saying
Yes, you
none
are.
of that. I
See,
just
what
asked
you
you to
mean?
leave. I just
wanna
asked
be
you
with
to
another bitch.
leave.
Just look at this person calling me to fucking make this shit right to tell you
I
that I'm
just
not
asked you
cheating.
to leave, bro. That's all I did. That's all I did.
It's set in stone that they don't want to be with me because I cheated with you. So
Can you just...
here they are. The police on the way. Bro, can you please hear this man out? I've been telling him to please leave me the fuck alone, bro. Can you please hear them out, bro?
Man, can you move out the way, please? She's not letting me. She's not letting me leave the room right now.
I was not cheating on you with this man, bro. I swear to fucking God. Can you please just fucking hear me out? Like, seriously.
Hey man, I don't want to laugh, but this shit weird. This shit lame.
Cause they're not even fucking a part of, like, I didn't cheat on you. That's what's fucking weird. You went through my phone and I didn't cheat on you. I'm telling them to leave me the fuck alone. That's why it's weird. And they're steady calling back and calling back and calling back and calling back to let you know that that's not what the fuck is going on with your bitch. So what are you tripping for?
Can you let me out, please?
Like, I'm not fucking cheating on you, bro. Can you please just hear me out? You ready to fuck a new bitch and I ain't did shit to you.
See, this is what she do. She won't even let me. Look at my shirt.
Oh my God.
It's not what it looks like, mate. It's not what it looks like.
Yeah, so I come home and my neighbor is knocking at my door. I'm like, what's up? Cause she never ooh. Where the hell this go? She never knock at my door. So she come home, she like, I think that your husband is cheating on you. I said, what the hell? You said what? My husband is cheating on me? So I got a Ring camera and I see anybody who come in and out my house. So, y'all, when she told me that, my heart literally sank to the bottom of my stomach. Because I'm like, I know dang on well my husband of 10 years ain't cheating on me and bringing somebody in my house. So I asked her, I'm like, what made you say that my husband is cheating on me? Why are you even, where you get that from? Y'all, this lady say this. So she say, once a week, I see somebody coming out of your house, a lady. One had a blonde wig on. The other had a red wig on. The other one had a black wig on. She said, I just want to let you know this because I didn't know if you know, but he has different women coming in and out your place. Ah! Well, coming in and out of our place. She said, yeah, it's like it's the same woman, but it's like she's under disguise because she always changes her hair a lot. I said, ma'am, do you have any pictures? She said, no, I didn't want to be creepy, but you could just check your ring camera. Why the hell I go check my ring? Y'all, why it's me? It's me. I said, it's me. Like, I had a red wig on. So I go check my ring camera, y'all. Why the hell this lady thinking it's somebody, a woman coming in my house, y'all? The whole time it's me because I switch my hair a lot. I said, what the hell? When I tell y'all, this lady had me about to do something to this dude, why the hell is she talking about me? So I go back and knock on her door. Mind you, she didn't know if it was different women or she didn't know if it was one person trying to, I don't know. So I go back and knock on her door. I don't even know her name. She never came to my house before. I always see her, though, on my ring camera going in and out. I said, ma'am, thank you for telling me that, woman to woman, but that was me. I changed my hair a lot, and I ended up showing her the videos of me in the different color hair, y'all. Because my ring camera, I paid, like, a lot of money for it to go all the way back. She was like, oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to tell. I'm like, no, I really appreciate it, but don't worry, because we don't play none of that over here. I said, you was about to have me, girl, divorce this man tonight. I don't play about that. So, y'all, it was so funny. But the whole time, why the hell is me with the different color hair wigs on? Bye, y'all.
No, I want to leave. I want my keys. Where are my keys? Where are my keys, Clay? That's the only key I have. I don't have an extra, so where is it?
I understand that.
Okay, well, where are my keys?
I'm not keeping this from you.
I feel like you are, though.
No.
Here.
What do you mean what I'm doing here? This is my house.
I thought you guys weren't even together.
No, hell yeah, we together 23 years.
What? The phone is too much. What is going on?
What do you mean the phone is too much?
You told me you were separated.
Hell no, we're not separated, man. We got 2 kids together. You ain't telling them that? I ain't putting down nothing. This going on Facebook Live. What do you mean you gotta go?
Wait,
What the doing with the plate too?
Are you filming this?
Yes, I'm filming this. Look what we got here. We got champagne, strawberry, orange juice. Oh, look over here, Facebook. We got some bacon, grits, pancakes, eggs.
Get all your stuff.
What? Oh, wait, are you filming this?
Yeah, I'm filming this.
Why? What?
Why wouldn't I film this?
do with it?
I'm gonna post it. Facebook Live. Let's go live, everybody. How do you think I found out? 23 years at the house. The neighbors told me. Duh.
You can't film this. I have a wife and kids.
Hey, man, that's not like a personal problem.
Man,
Will cheating be illegal in 2026? Guys, cheating is already illegal. Now, if we're talking about enforcing a law and maybe worsening the consequences of cheating, that's a whole different conversation. But cheating is already illegal. When you sign that paper in front of that judge, you are saying, I promise in front of God, in front of all these witnesses, and in front of my spouse, to never go outside of my marriage. That, my friends, is called a contract. A contract is legally binding, which means if you break that contract, you are breaking the law. Now, if you're asking me, do I think there should be penalties for cheating? I think so. Yes, 100%. I feel like if you break that contract to that person, you should absolutely be held accountable, legally accountable. Now, you might think that's harsh, but you know what's even harsher? The reality check when you realize that you've been putting in all this work into this marriage, only for your spouse to be giving their body to somebody else. At the bare minimum, I feel like they should, number one, be liable to pay for the divorce. That's not cheap. 2, any costs associated with relocating and moving to a different spot, they should have to pay for that too. And 3, they should have to pay for STD checks, and if any STDs are found, they should be subject to jail time. Again, is that harsh? Possibly, but they were the ones who chose to break that contract. And I don't care what y'all say, the only people mad about that would be cheaters in the first place, so it is what it is.
Wow. I like what he's saying. Accountability. I think that's going to work. I think more people who are being held accountable for cheating, wasting people's time, make it illegal. And yeah, like he said, it's illegal anyway. It should be. Everybody should have that mindset of it not being legal to cheat. You're wasting someone's time, resources, everything. You know, hold people accountable for it. I wonder if you'll be saving more marriages and relationships. Wow. Maybe more souls will be saved if, they're held accountable here for that. Adultery, things, just thinking out loud. But yeah, I think that needs to happen. I like what he's saying. Let's check out more.
Y'all, come listen to this. Come listen how I caught my ex cheating with her brother. I didn't want to do this because it sounds so fictitious, but I promise I got all the receipts to prove it. Yes, I caught my ex cheating with her brother and got beat up because I confronted her about it. I'm gonna insert the pictures on how my face looked after I got beat up. But yeah, so I'm gonna just fast forward to all the good parts. So basically, she had a brother. It was 3 girls and it was 3 boys. Her parents had 6 kids together. And for some particular reason, this brother would always show up to my house unannounced. And me and her had a rule that no one showed to my house unannounced, my family or her family. And I had a Ring camera. So I had a Ring camera to the point where if I'm not in the house, I can kind of use my Ring camera like a cell phone. And I had cameras all in my house. I had one in the kitchen, one in the front room, one in my room, everywhere. So I would be going to the store or going somewhere, and he would just show up to my house unannounced, and we would always get into it. And she would be like, well, that's my brother, and he's just coming to check on me. So this particular day, he came in the house, and when he came in the house, he had a bag, but I couldn't see what was in the bag through the camera. So she came to help him get the bag. And remind you now, she was supposed to be quote unquote pregnant. So her brother was going to the Marines, and he called himself coming over there because it was his last few days and he wanted to bond with his sister. But she never would go over there. And let me remind you now, this particular day, we was watching a Christian Rock story about how they was doing what they was doing with their family, and me and her agreed like that was so nasty, so incessant. It was like, ew, that would never be tolerated. Like, why would somebody do that? But I ain't gonna lie, I would go through her phone, and when I would go through her phone, the messages with this brother would just kind of like send out red flags, but I just don't believe in it, and I just never thought nothing like that would happen. So I would kind of look over the messages, but the messages wouldn't sound right, like the nicknames they had for each other. And then when he would come over, when I would be there, just the flirting they would do, like he would always like grab her from behind and like extra hug her and extra touchy and feely. So I kind of felt like this, but I felt so weird deep down inside even asking her about it because that just seems so nasty. Your brother? But anyways, back to it. So this particular day, he came upstairs, and I seen through the Ring camera. I was at my sister's house doing skits with my niece, and she was like, well, nah, babe, I'm going to stay back. She usually come and record for me. She said, nah, I'm going to stay back, and I'm going to just chill because I don't feel good right now. Let me remind you, I'm going to keep iterating that no one showed up to the house unannounced. He's the only one. So he proceeds to show up to the house unannounced. He doesn't even knock. He just go right in the house. So I go on the Ring camera and I ask my girl, I say, why is the door unlocked? Why is he just walking in my house without even knocking or making himself knowledgeable? She said, I don't know what your problem is when it comes to my brother, but I don't know. I'm never like that with your family. Okay. Make a long story short, no one is allowed in my room at all. That's my personal space. This dude make himself bold to, even though I got cameras, to walk through all my cameras, to still walk in my room, and my quote unquote girlfriend at the time walked behind him. So she made it seem like she knocked the camera with her elbow to the side so I couldn't see. I had the camera like pointing directly at my bed. So she knocked the camera and all I could hear was noises, but it's kind of like it was covered up noises. So I stopped what I was doing and I went to the crib. Now remind you that my sister stayed about 5 minutes with me, so I got there at probably like 10 minutes plus traffic. By the time I got there, he was sitting in the front room with his shoes off with his feet propped up. So I said, hey, bro, what's good, bro? What's going on? I didn't want to sound too rude because it was her brother. He was getting ready to go to the Marines. But I said, hey, bro, what's going on? Why are you in my house unannounced? Ain't nobody say nothing. Well, you need to talk to my sister about that. Let me remind you that these text messages still in my head. So guess what I do? I said, bro, you got to go. I said, you got to go. So when he leave, me and her threw down. We didn't throw all the way down, but she proceeded to, every time I asked a question about it, she would hit me. So make a long story short, I read the cameras back and said, what was these noise? She said, you just tripping. He was helping me do something with the boo. Make a long story, this is her real brother. So days went by, he left and went to the Marines. I kind of let it go over my head. And I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I let her get herself in a bigger hole. Guess what happened? Days, weeks went by, and I went through her phone. I know you go through your phone, look for something, you'll find it. And yes, there was red-handed. I seen the text message on saying how he missed her body, actually. So fast forward, I brought it up to her. She said, I'm still tripping, woo-woo. So he came back after his, I think you do personal training for a week or so, he has to come back. This particular day, I had to go to another state over to go pick up a car because I sell cars. Guess what he do? Guess who on my ring camera? Him. But guess what he have on? Come back for part 2, I'm gonna tell you what he had on.
Sebastian, chill out. He's just a friend.
Bro, and you got my kids on the ground.
What are you talking
Bro, you got my kids on the ground, bro. My daughter's on the ground. Winsor, a grown ass nigga like this. I'm not even mad, bro, but she gotta go, bro. Feel me? She got DCF problems. She got all type of stuff, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is really crazy.
Can you chill out?
This is crazy, bro. I don't know how you. Well, you know what? It's that don't even matter, bro. But dude, she got 2 kids, bro. She like, if you see my daughter's on the ground, bro.
She's not on the ground.
Like, no, seriously, she's on the ground, bro.
She's on a cushion on the ground. You know she sleeps on the ground.
Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Look at my daughter, bro. Look how my daughter is on the ground.
Sebastian, what are you doing?
Look how my daughter is on the ground. You got that. You got it, bro. You got it. you got it, bro. Oh shit. Look at my daughter. Look at my daughter. I might as well turn off all the lights. I ain't got it.
Story time on how I thought I found the love of my life just to only find out that he bat for the other fucking team, okay? If y'all know what I mean when I say bat for the other team. So years ago, I met this dude, nice looking dude, very handsome, had his shit together, all of that. Now, initially, I wasn't interested because I was just getting out of a relationship, so I wasn't trying to really date. But this guy pursued me so hard, y'all. He pursued me so hard and was sending me nice gifts to my job and flowers and stuff like that just to get me to go on a date with him. So I decided to go out on a date with him, you know, see what it was all about, see what he was talking about, because he was very persistent on trying to take me out and wanting to date me. And of course, he was doing all the right things that he was supposed to be doing. So I fell for the okie doke. Yep, I fell for the okie doke. I fell for the charm and all of the consistency. So we wound up dating for about, maybe like about 9 months. Now I'm younger now, so don't hold it against me. Don't talk shit, okay? Fuck what y'all talk about. But I'm like this back in the day. So I'm like, it's like 9 months. So we decided we're gonna move in together, right? So we moves in together. All the time I'm going up to his job. He works up not too far from the house, so I'm going up to the job, chilling with him at work and all of that. So I happened to see one of my friends that I used to go to school with, which he was at this time, he was a boy back then, but dressed like a girl now. You get what I'm saying? He was cool as hell. We used to hang out real heavy in high school, right? So as I get to, we get to learning each other and knowing each other again. Now I'm dating my ex. He knows this dude. He knows him because my ex works at this place that these girl, boy, what, I don't know how to say that properly on here, frequent a lot, okay? Now, as he, find out, we become close, I get to explain it more about my relationship. He's around me because I was doing hair at the time. I was doing a lot of hair, so I was doing his hair. Now, he was warning me about this dude, and I just was so young and naive that I just didn't believe that shit could be true. Like, I don't know, man. I should have believed it because they didn't have proof or evidence of what was going on, right? So now I already thought, after he told me this, right, I started looking and I started seeing certain things that I didn't like. I just couldn't get with the fact that his booty was bigger than mine. Just keep it real. His booty was bigger than mine, and that motherfucker had a jiggle, okay? You ever seen a nigga walk away and his booty jiggle harder than yours? So I had started having my own kind of suspicions after he told me what he told me, right? So one day I'm up at his job. I pull up to his job, and I see him all leaning in the car, and I noticed that it's a bunch of boys dressed like girls. That's me nothing. I have no, I don't have nothing against nobody. This is just me telling my story. Sorry. It just is what it is. I'm going to try to use the proper terms here, okay? So I'm overlooking, and I'm looking. Why are you leaning in that car? It seemed like you just talking a little bit too long for me, and I'm just not understanding, right? So then when I see who's in the car, I'm noticing that this boy, girl side that you leaning on looks really, really, really like a woman, okay? Like, come on now, a beautiful woman. So I calls him over to the car, inquiring on why you standing over there talking to them. Weird. He telling me that, they was trying to get something from him. And I'm like, oh, okay. Still, you was talking, you was smiling a little bit too hard. Your face was, I seen teeth, okay? And I ain't supposed to see no teeth when you talking to, okay, now that's that day when I pulled up and seen that, right? And so the next time I come back, I noticed that same individual that was on the driver's side, that he was leaning into that window, was inside his job, and it was just seeming like they were a little bit too friendly to me, okay? So once again, I call him over, trying to call him over. Now, the girl come like, hey, jump right in, hey, about to expose the hell out of bro, like, hey, so you gonna keep acting like, telling him like, oh, so you gonna keep acting like I'm nobody every time she come around? He just started letting everything pop off his gums. I can't really say too much of what was said on here, okay? So, dude standing there. Now, I've been with this dude over a year now. Dude standing there looking crazy as hell, trying to deny, trying to fight this person. This dude get to pulling out videos, pictures, all kind of crazy stuff with them hugged up, laid up, y'all. Laid up. I'm saying, now you can't be serious. How do I pick a dick in the booty ninja? How do I pick that? Like, I am so flabbergasted at the moment, right? I wound up leaving because I was done. You know, because I'm not about to get beat up by no boy. You know, I'm not about to be fighting no chim, or whatever. So when I leave, I go to my mother's house. I don't even go back to the house, y'all. I don't even go back to the house. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't never going back there. Because I thought something was wrong with you. Because anybody that keep on wanting to go to jail, it's like, I think there's something wrong with you when you keep choosing this path, okay? What you like that's up in that jail, okay? So when I go back, I'm going to go back to the house. I got to go get my clothes from there, y'all. I got the key. I go in the house with the key, only to find him laid up. Yeah, laid up in the bed with Shim. Worst moment of my life. I could have all of that to both of them. So, yeah, worst moment of my life, y'all. Have y'all ever had, just tell me, have y'all ever had something happen like that to y'all? Please tell me. Please tell me. And then I got to see this dude years later and he was still trying to holler at me. I said, he act like I forgot or something. He tried to holler at me years later. He had a lot of motherfucking nerve. I want to say so much right now, but I'm trying to keep my video tight. But if y'all like this video and y'all like my story times and you would like to hear more, make sure you hit me with the share, favorite the video, comment more than 4 words, and make sure to follow your girl.
Hi. You can get out of my house. You get the out of my house. Get out of my house. All right,
So y'all, tell me why one day I ended up coming home early from a class. Class got dismissed early because the instructor wasn't there. So I said, well, let me go head back home. And home for me is where I've been living for at least 6 months, and it was with my boyfriend at the time. So 6 months prior to this, my boyfriend at the time was like, hey, I got us a place. You can move in to the place. Here is proof that I got it. Here's the lease, and then here's your key. And he's like, and don't worry about paying for anything. I got the rent. I got the utilities. I just bought furniture, brand new bed, brand new big screen TV, some pots and pans. Like, he took care of everything. So I was like, bet, okay. So I moved in, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and I had a key. I had my own closet, had my own walk-in closet. All my stuff was there. Like, I moved in. So back to this particular Saturday, I was like, let me go home and just chill out. So I pull up to the apartment building, and I park. We always park right in the front of the building. And as I'm pulling up, I see a lady and a little girl with the lady, and they was walking out of the apartment building. I didn't know which apartment they came out of because it was like a building with 6 to 8 different apartments. So at that time, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, well, usually I'm not here on Saturday mornings around this time. I'd never seen her before. I never seen a little girl before. But I just was like, okay, this is strange. So then they walk to their car, and they get in the car. And then I'm still in my car getting ready to get out. And just as I'm about to get out of my car, I see her and a little girl get out of their car and walk back into the apartment building. So now my radar is like, that's a little odd right there, but okay. So I get out of my car and I go into the apartment building too. And I walk down the steps. It was a basement apartment, and I pull out my key, and as I'm going down the steps, I see the same lady with the little girl standing at the apartment door, the door to the apartment, with the guy that I was living with. So I see them
standing at the door. And at that time, the door was still closed. So as I'm about to walk up to put my key in the door all of a sudden opens up, and it's my boyfriend at the time, and he got a little sippy cup in his hand. So I'm like, what is going on here? And the lady, she was just like, oh, what's this about? So her and I both are like in shock. And then he was just standing there like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Because he wasn't expecting me clearly to come home this early. And I don't know. And then I guess he wasn't expecting her to come. Well, maybe he was expecting her to come back to the door because he had the sippy cup for the little girl in his hand, get ready to hand it to her. So at that moment, it all clicked. I was like, oh, so this what we doing? And then it's crazy because the neighbor next to us, she came outside her door and she was just standing there. And I'm like, okay. But nevertheless, I spazzed out. I did. And I threw a punch, maybe two, because I was pissed. I was upset. Like y'all say crash out. I crashed out. And I don't condone putting your hands on anybody, man, woman, whatever. But I have to say, like, I was so upset. The fact that I was being deceived and lied to. And I still get pissed when that happens to me. But in this particular time, I was so upset that I just had to resort to physical violence. And so he didn't swing back or anything like that. And she also kind of like let me have my way with him, because I guess she also apparently didn't know either, but I was pissed. And so I guess at some point it clicked for her, because that's when she was like, oh, for real? So that's why me and whatever the little girl name was, that's why me and so-and-so can't move in with you yet, because you got her living in here. Like, she started going off. I'm already going off physically. The little girl runs out of the hallway and run outside. And then our neighbor that came to just stand there to observe went and grabbed the baby. The baby was crying. Like, it was crazy.
You really booked your flight? What are you leaving for, though? Like, we got 2 more days. You couldn't just wait for the next flight?
No.
It's not that. I wasn't cheating. She literally asked me a question, and she asked me for my number so she can get location. Is that a problem? She asked for a location.
You can go with that.
Like, you doing extra, you drive. Okay, well, listen, baby, please. I don't want to mess up the trip. I don't want to mess up my vacation trip.
Oh, you don't want to mess up the trip?
Yeah, because it's not that serious. Just wait. Just sit down and talk to me. Like,
what do you want to talk about?
I literally told you it wasn't like that.
I have a plan of cash.
Why would you book your flight?
I heard you the 17th time you said it.
Okay, listen, I will pay you back for the missed flight. Can you just stay here for the last 2 nights?
You disgust me. I don't even want to look at you. No.
Okay, explain to me, why do I disgust you? I didn't do nothing. I understand you don't want me to give out my number to no other female, but I told you it's only for location.
What the fuck does that mean, location?
She wanted a location.
A location to?
The spot she was trying to go to. Like, what are you not understanding?
I understand.
Bro, you're not gonna leave. Can you just please stay, please? Just. All right. I'm sorry.
I understand you.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna show you how sorry your boss is.
Yes. First of all, your suitcase not even. Like, why you?
Don't worry about me.
You're doing too much. That was extra to book a whole. You spent $600 on a flight. Well, you could have just waited for your trip. Like, make it make sense. Is it ever that serious?
It is.
For what though?
Like
I didn't cheat. Stop saying
that. So why
that.
did you lie about it at first?
Because I knew you were gonna be acting like.
Okay.
You feel me?
Let me show you.
I don't got time for that. It's not that. Okay, let me see this. Listen, I'm not finna. Okay, well, I'll be standing right in front of the door.
I don't want to have to hit you.
You're not gonna put your hands on me. I'm telling you, you're gonna miss that flight. Baby, please just give me one more chance. It wasn't like, it wasn't nothing like that.
Move.
Baby, it wasn't nothing like that. Give me another chance. Come on, please. Please. I said I'm sorry.
I'm about to call security.
And I literally, you gonna call security for what?
I am, because you're not letting me leave.
You're not leaving. You're not gonna leave me here by myself. We're on vacation. Like, this is a beautiful. What are you doing? Why would you don't call front desk? That's doing to. Don't call front desk, bro. Just sit down. Relax, sit down. Sit down. You're doing too much. Listen to me. You're doing too much. You're gonna regret this in a few hours. It's not that serious. I literally told you what I was doing, and I said I'm sorry. I gave her my number for the location. Cool. Well, not cool, but just understand me. It was nothing like that. And I'm pretty sure you know that. It's not even my speed. So is you going to stay here and just, I'll give you the $600 back?
Yeah. I'll see it.
All right, take your stuff off.
I got it.
I love you.
Wow. That was interesting. A lot was going on in those videos. Breakfast, like, her husband didn't get the invite, I believe, of 23 years. Wow, that was an interesting one. And they were just about to have that big smorgasbord of a breakfast together. Oh my goodness. So many, and the one guy just crying on the floor, as if, again, people are in these situations and it's almost like, I don't even know what I did. I don't know what I did. And just so many things that were going on. The one woman that was on vacation with her man, and he's giving out his location. She said, oh no, what's that about? He's like, oh, she needed the location. Well, what did she need it for? Oh, because she needed to know, where it was, the location. What? I was so lost with his answer. What? So much going on, but oh my goodness. And then the stories, the people sharing their stories of when they caught their mate cheating, and oh man, sad. And it is sad. It's sad because when you have your person and you just can't see life without them because that's your person, it does hurt. It hurts. But some of these stories and things that people are going through, and the calmness that they had when they were recording, the men, when they were recording, walking in the house, and you had people in the bed still. The woman that came in the room, the girl was still, she's like, get out my house. You got to go. Get out. These people are lucky because this is dangerous. It's also dangerous, guys out there. Everyone be safe with that whole thing. You got to think about, you don't know who's going to go from 0 to 100. You don't know how somebody's going to react in a situation like that. But some of these people, just to pull out their phone and record the woman with the child, the kids on the floor while she's in there getting her freak on. Baby's on the floor. I don't know if she thought, okay, let me put the baby here. So baby, if the baby rolls, falls, then you have a toddler that's in the crib and you're in the room and you're just walking around like it's nothing. I love to see how people, they act like you're not supposed to come home. Like, oh, what are you doing here? Or the people that are saying, how did you know I was here? What about the guy? I know you guys were shocked about that guy in the emergency room. Well, he was in a doctor's appointment, some kind of hospital setting, with a woman who was pregnant, and then his pregnant woman that he was in a relationship walks in there. I don't know if she had an appointment, she was getting checked, but he's sitting there with, oh my goodness, woo. Anyway, you just never know. And how stressful is that anyway? That's, I can't even fathom that. You're with child and you have to see someone else that's just as far along as you, and he's in an appointment, and like she said, you don't even go to my appointments. What's up with that? But horrible. It's horrible. Oh, definitely interesting to see. I'm glad that people are sharing this. I hope that even with the guy that was disturbing right there, coming home to your children just in the room, baby on the floor, and yeah, he needs to keep that video, and that needs to be, yeah, I don't think, however that works, if they decide to get back together, but he needs to keep that video because that's not cool. None of it's cool, but wow, we watched those. That was a lot. I hope you guys liked this video. Go ahead and share it, and go ahead and comment below. Tell me some of the ones that stuck out to you, and what would you have done in those situations? How would you have handled that? Would you be quick to pull out your phone and record, or how would you react? You know, would there be clothes being thrown out the door? What's going on in your head with some of these? Let me know in the comment section. But I'm going to wrap it up right there. And as always, at LUKE-N-SHAE'S place, your mental health is important. A positive mentality is a destined reality. Wear your smile, stay positive, and stay focused. Until next time, stay blessed. Take care.